Africa and copy.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my series on healthcare in America and getting old in America. Well, it's not 9/11 anymore, it's 9/12. I just woke up, it's about 1 a.m. Check on my dad. I hope you don't fall, Daddy.
You don't what?
Hope you don't fall.
Oh, no.
Trying to get out that bed.
Mm-mm. Good, thank you.
So, he is delusional. He's sitting on the edge of the bed. I hope he don't fall. He took his diaper off. And he's covering up with the hoist, the medical hoist strap. So I just gave him one of his pills. He hasn't ate anything. I made green beans and mashed potatoes, stuff I thought was soft. He drank water and took his pill, potassium pill. I mean, it is what it is, you know. So basically, most people in the world today are afraid to die. And so, because you're afraid to die, it's like this big machine or something that like feeds off of you. You know, you work all your life, you pay your health care, they keep most of your money. They don't take care of you. Then everything you have to do costs so much money that feeds it back into this big machine, this big cycle. I don't know what to call it. At least in Africa, when your body shuts down and when it's time, you go, you know, and you know, all these religions got you believing that, you know, you're going to either heaven or hell, and most people got to be thinking in their mind they going to hell, because who lives a who lives a perfect life following all them BS rules that most religions have in their books? Who can do that? So that just perpetuates the issue of so many people being afraid to die. Because who wants to be here living like that? So they have us trained that the most natural part of life, which is death, they have us trained to be afraid of it and to try to live as long as possible. And the majority of people that are living that long do not have a decent quality of life. And who is they? I don't know. I really don't know. Yet it seems that it's probably some corporation that are ran by a few. You know, it just seems that it's just fucked up. This is fucked up. Hey YouTube, today is what, September the 12th or 13th? Y'all know I don't know. Let me look up here. It's the 15th. Well, I just called an ambulance to pick my dad up. Home health care came this morning. I think she's getting frustrated as well because she does a good job, but they're only coming one time a day is not enough for what he needs, being bedbound. So it's like having a baby, but an adult that needs to be changed at least 4 times a day, 3 or 4 times a day, you know. So I'm at my wit's end. I've been calling around on the phone for 24 hours or more, talking to the insurance company, calling the home health agencies, calling his hospice care. Just, I can't find any resources or any help. So his aide this morning, she got so frustrated she can barely roll him in the bed. I told them this bed isn't big enough. So she can't even care for him properly to get him changed and get the bed cleaned up and all of that. So his bed, she told me that the people did not hook his bed up right. They didn't snap the cover around the air mattress, because he has to have the air mattress because of his wounds. And so he had been taking the mattress top off. And so all the urine and the feces has been going down into the bed. The whole house stinks. Look at this shit. That's piss in the bed. Like piss and feces. And she's not gonna clean it. You know what I'm saying? That is her job, but I'm pretty sure that it's too much, you know. He takes his diaper off. He takes the pad underneath him off that catches everything. He tears it up, throws it on the floor. He takes his clothes off, you know. So I guess he does that, you know, like a baby. You know, they don't want to be in wetness. So I just called the ambulance. I called his doctor. His doctor was like, send him back to the hospital. I'm trying to get him to the VA because he has to have what they call a vesting establishment appointment. with the VA before they will give him any type of home health care concerning an aide and attendant. So I can't get him to the VA. So they're saying he has to go there for that first appointment. So I called the service to get him transported. They want like $1,000 to transport him because they have to do it in a bed. So I'm not paying $1,000 to take him. So I called 911 on the advice of his doctor. It's just too much. You know, my father is tall and overweight. I'm not able to do it by myself. I just can't, you know. So, and I can't sit there next to his bed 24 hours a day, you know, for the next 6 months to a year. I can't do it. So I come in here, I got to go to the hospital. I came in here to steam mop and bleach the floor because of the shit that the aide left on the floor. She had it covered up with the bed. Ants started crawling in through the window because I had the window open in here to air out the room. So as I'm mopping the floor and trying to get the room together, this is what I find. So this is the bed that I'm talking about, the air mattress that keeps the wounds. So look at this. So that's the cotton that he had been tearing off. So the bed is full of feces. There's a lot of cotton and stuff still on the floor. I've been trying to mop it up. So I had the window open. Right here, he grabbed up to the curtains. So there's shit on my curtains. I guess the windows, I mean, I got a screen, but ants must have came in. There's all his medication, and he won't use a urinal. And he really can't use a urinal because he doesn't have the mental capacity to undo his pamper and put his pamper back on to even use a urinal. I mean, this healthcare is fucked up. You know, it's fucked up. I mean, and I feel for any family member that is able to do it, you know, and it's just like he worked all his life. He was in the military, and you have to beg for your benefits, you know, and if he didn't have an advocate, then these older people, they don't know how to use these benefits. I can't even figure it out. I mean, I can figure it out, but nobody's accepting it, you know. So the only other way for me to get him any kind of health care, it would be what they call Medicaid, which he doesn't qualify for unless I sign over all of his assets, like everything, his check, any of his savings, his house. You have to sign all of that over to the state, apparently, in order for him to get any type of nursing home care. When he has worked and paid for insurance for 30-something years through his job, they don't pay for a nursing home for long-term care. They don't pay for it. So either you're poor and don't work all your life, where you qualify for Medicaid, or you just give everything to the state, and then his, you know, kids or family or whatever, you don't have anything to inherit. I mean, a little bit of nothing that it is, you know what I'm saying? You don't have anything to inherit from your parent. This is crazy, which is not going to be anything left anyway because I have to use it all on his care. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. So I was trying to clean the shit up. The hospital, the hospice, they're not calling me back. I told them to come and pick this bed up. So I'm trying to figure out how to unhook it so I can put that shit, I guess, on the front porch. I'm scared to even spill the urine in the house. So I can't even hardly get it unhooked. I can't unhook these wires to even unhook the bed. I don't know how to do it. I don't even know how to do it. So anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to unhook this bed because it won't go through the door. You know, this room isn't handicap accessible anyway. So I was going to have the room and the doors made handicap accessible so I could get them in and out with a wheelchair or on the bed or anything like that. The ambulance beds, they seem to be real skinny so they can get in and out of doors, but I need to have the house modified. Nobody, it's just crazy. This shit is crazy. I mean, it's really crazy, you know, and all I keep thinking, I'm not saying that it's better or worse, you know, because Africa is not fully developed yet. That means that the prices are a little lower and they also have a higher population. And so it's easier to find help and to pay for help. But because they're a developing country, they're going to be like this one day. You know, the whole goal is to be like the West, you know, so it's going to end up being like this one day. But for now, if I could get my dad there, him and I both would have a better quality of life because I could afford 24-hour care. You know, you just can't afford it here. You cannot, you know, so I mean, even if I put him in facility, an extra 3 or 4,000 a month on top of the 5 for room and board, 4 or 5 for, you're looking at $8,000 a month. And this is why when you go to those facilities, all the people there are white. All the residents are white. All of them, rich, old white people. Their kids got money. You know what I'm saying? There might be, my dad is usually the only black person, or it might be one other, and then 85% of the staff is usually black, you know, and the administrators are usually white, you know. I just, this is why, and then they have people so afraid to die. You know, you have people so afraid to die and go on. You know, I'm telling you, this is teaching me a lesson. I don't want to be like this. I'm getting ready to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Take whatever, I mean, I want to be healthy and have a better quality of life, you know, but some shit like this are happening to me. Like I said, I'll be ready to, no. This is crazy. It's literally crazy. Trying to figure out how to get this mattress out of here without spilling urine and feces everywhere. I got to get up to the hospital. The issue is I was going to pay for transportation. They wanted $1,000. I thought it would have been $500. So I had to call the ambulance. So if the hospital doesn't keep him, then at least I can have them put him in my car to where I can drive him to the Veterans Hospital and see if they will get him some respite care is what they call it. Because I can't seem to figure out, after a whole week of making phone calls and talking to different companies, how to get him able to use this 34 hours a week that his healthcare insurance will pay for. No one seems to want to take it. No one seems to want to use it. So him being here and me doing 24-hour care, and that's not getting ready to help. Because my like I said, I'm at my wit's end. And it's hard seeing your parent deteriorate. I'm going to try to inflate it. y'all can get it in this bag. Because they're not going to come and get it. Ain't no telling how long before they come and get it. So, I got the bed out without spilling the urine all through my house. Yeah. They all want to come over here. They think it's better. They don't believe you, you know, and things are more economical over there. And that does not mean that you're taking advantage of somebody by paying them what their economy considers a middle class or entry level wage. They think that, a lot of them think that that's you taking advantage of them, you know, but like I tried to explain to some of them, you don't live in a US dollar economy. You live in an economy of for your country. So, you know how it's US people are like, oh, I wish I had $1 million. You know, I want $1 million. You know, 1 million CDs or 1 million francs or whatever. That's a lot of money to them. You know, but they act like it's nothing. You know, they act like it's nothing. And they act like, you know, you should just pay them triple, quadruple just because, you know, you're from the States. It's just a no-win situation. I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so tired and frustrated. I'm getting ready to tell them they need to try to put him in rehab again. I just need some time to deal with this insurance company to be able to get his benefits rolling. You know, if he had his 34 hours a week of care, plus they say the VA will give you respite care for 20, you know, then I would be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then in the last election, they wanted to pay women and family members as caregivers, you know, give them something. And of course, that was shot down. You know, they feel like, you know, as women especially, like we should just give up our whole lives, you know, for a little bit of nothing, when if we work them same hours, we would have 401k, we would have, you know, a good pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fucked up. So, it's 3 o'clock. I'm on my way to the hospital. I got all the shit, the feces and the urine cleaned up off the floor. Sweating. I got the feces filled bed put in the backyard. Just talked to the Abounding Home Health Care. I told them to send me the form immediately to sign him off of hospice with their company. Basically, the lady that signed me up with hospice, she made it seem like their company would give him the 45 minutes hospice care, as well as they could do the 34 hours. And then after I signed up and he came home and I saw that that wasn't true, she said that's not what she told me. But she knows what she told me, and she knows what she did. But, you know, people here with jobs, it's not her fault. People here with jobs, they do what they got to. They can't change all these fucked up rules concerning healthcare in the U.S. It's not, you know, they're just trying to get a check and get paid and do the best that they can, and they know that it's fucked up too, you know, so they can't change it. You know, I'm not blaming her, but she knows what she did. You know, she knows the conversation that we had, and she knows what she did. but it's not her fault. There's so many rules, there's so many loopholes. So I just talked to them, the administrator there, who's African. He just is so apologetic, kept saying he's just so sorry, that they do this and it's the way that it is. I know that's the way that it is, and he's like, he said that's the way it is. So I'm headed to the hospital. If they don't admit him, he told me to tell them he can't come home until the social worker figures out how and who will take these 34 hours care for him at home. He wants to be at home. I want him at home. I just can't be there sitting next to him 24 hours a day. But I feel like it's better for him to be at home so I can watch them and make sure, because if I'm at home, I can go in there and I can make sure, that he's being cared for. So like I did today, like when I went in there today, I'm like, oh wow, there's shit on the floor, there's urine here. The only reason I didn't know is because yesterday I had to go to Indianapolis to take care of some of his business, concerning his house and his taxes and just all kinds of stuff going on with his house in Indianapolis. So I flew overnight. I left the last flight Wednesday so that I could be there. I slept at the airport for 6 hours, to catch the first flight in the morning from Atlanta to Indianapolis, and then I caught the next flight out at 8 p.m. that night. So I was basically gone one night, and then I come back and, the whole house smells like urine and feces and it's shit on the floor. There's ants crawling, crazy, so the guy told me I need to tell the social worker at the hospital, look, he can't come home until y'all find a company and it's set up for them to come for the hours and the benefits that he worked out his life for, the 34 hours of care. Because if they come at least 4 hours a day, then that could be 2 diaper changes and a hygiene. And then if he gets his VA 20 hours, then that could be 3 changes. Somebody could come 2 hours a day. So I'm trying to figure it out. There's no way an elderly sick person can figure all this shit out. There's no way. So yeah, I'm just going to tell them that they're going to have to set all this up, because every place that I'm calling, that the insurance company, that first they tell you when you call, oh yeah, we do this, we do that, we do this. And then when you sign up with them and they get them checks start rolling in, then it's like, oh no, we don't do this and we don't do that. That's what I'm basically running into. I'm thinking I got everything taken care of, and then it's just lies, lies, lies. So I believe this time when they tell me that they do this and do that, I'm going to have it written down on a piece of paper. So the same way y'all got me signing paperwork, I need you to check off that you are going to change his diaper. You are going to wash him the best, clean all the feces and the urine off of him. You are going to change his sheets daily, if it gets urine and feces on it. They need to sign off on something. The same way we sign stuff, they need to sign stuff, because this is ridiculous. That lady knows that she told me that he would be getting all this care through their company. Even the doctor is like, if he's on hospice with them, they should be doing total care. Not 45 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. No. And it's not the people, it's the corporations, which the U.S. considers people. It's the corporations, it's the government. This shit is crazy. And this is how third world countries, they think that it's better and this is the way that we should be. You're an American, you should pay us triple, quadruple just because, you're an American. And it's the same way, just like if you live in one state and things are more expensive, some people move to another state because, their money stretches further. It's the same thing with a country. One country is too expensive, you can't afford it, then you try to move to a country, where you can afford things, with your income. So I don't feel like it's unfair that, you know, right now, you know, my US dollar is a stretch further in another country. It's the same difference like if you're moving state to state. So I'm headed up here to this hospital, and if they don't admit him or send him over to the VA emergency room is what I need them to do, because he is bedbound. You know, I cannot get him in and out the bed. It takes 4 strong fire department men to even get him on the gurney from one bed to the other. You know, how am I going to do it? You know, I'm just really pissed off at Highland Meadows and Rockwall that said he's not bedbound. That's a bunch of bullshit. He's not bedbound. So since they said that, then I can't get any services. They're saying he's just refusing when he's quivering in pain and clearly can't do anything. They call that a refusal. So I don't know what type of incentives that the rehabilitation centers get with the insurance companies for not signing off on certain things that people need, but I'm sure they probably get something.
Maybe. My name's Bennett. I'm going to be the nurse helping around for a little bit.
Okay. Oh, be real still for me. Lab has come already and drawn her blood.
But no IV.
No IV. They tried over there and.
Well,
You gotta turn, Daddy.
Oh,
Is it your legs?
yeah, wait, we got to side and the legs got to go.
Try to scoot back, Daddy.
No, I got to go forward.
Oh,
I got to go.
he gotta go forward
I
first.
got to go forward.
Watch your head.
push off the ground with your legs to scoot your bottom back.
Yeah. Scoot back, Daddy.
There you go.
Okay.
I got him changed with the new pamper on and
Thank
everything.
you. All right, Daddy. Try to sit up.
You sit up.
Yeah, I can only do so much at a time.
Okay. Will you hand me that clip? Thank you.
All right.
Lift your arm up, Daddy. Thank you.
All right.
Let me give you this. I bought a pain pill. I brought you a pain pill. I'm trying to have them tell me what's wrong with you. I can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. Get your seatbelt on.
Took a mean chance.
Huh?
Took a mean chance of messing all that up for life down there.
Messing what up?
My feet and legs.
Yeah, they already messed up because you can't use them. You can't use them. Here, take this pain pill. It's time for it.
I need to terminate someplace.
You what?
I need to terminate someplace. I'm holding it.
Terminate.
Yeah.
You got a diaper on. You have to use that, Daddy. I'm ready to take you to another hospital.
Well, you don't have to get involved with all these hospitals.
Because I need somebody to tell me what's wrong with you, why you can't walk. You can't walk, and they're saying there's no reason. So I gotta try a different hospital.
6 more. I don't know what he told me don't fall. There's turn more females to the pole. How many eggs did you eat for breakfast? Hello?
Huh?
You ate 5 eggs for breakfast?
No, I don't eat eggs.
I was looking at the pillow of politics. I was looking at the politics. See what kind of junk they threw up on the board to try to get the hustle and hustle of the politicians that were still out there trying to get a vote. And I don't know. It was interesting.
I don't know. Get some coffee.
Hey YouTube. Who gives a fuck what day it is? I know it's about 2 in the morning and I'm just now leaving the VA hospital. I took them from Baylor Hospital to VA hospital, and VA hospital did admit him. I do know what today is though. Today is the first day my daddy, he didn't know who I was. That's what today was.